Oof. Ooh, an owl. Bug tournament. It's gonna be a bug tournament. Either that or it's somebody's birthday, in which I have no idea whose birthday it could be. Good evening, everyone. Right now it's 6:02 on Wednesday the 9th. No news to share, but give yourself a pat on the shoulder. You're halfway through the week. Cool. Cool. I don't even talk to you, Tammy. I don't know why you're still convinced we're like best friends or whatever. I don't get her. Hey, Gulliver's here. It actually does give us something to do. Praise be unto Helix. You know, let's just... we'll come back and do Gulliver, actually. I'll remember that he's here. I say that now. Today's a fruit day, I think, so... Yeah, we got a lot of stuff to do today. Oh, hey there, Night Flyer. How goes it? A second. Let's talk. Life's pretty rad, kids. I mean, it's not perfect, but what is? Oh, Yuka. Or, not... I saw Yuka in the background. Oh, Cherry. Yeah, just a nice, relaxing night. Assuming we get everything done, which, I mean, it's a fair bit of stuff to get done. But assuming we will, which we will. We're also going to go look for some turtles tonight, because why not? I'm still looking for some. Yeah, there's the news cycle has been very busy recently. Like, there's been a lot of things going on. Some of it, who knows how it happened? Like, was it planned? Is this conspiracy theory? Did it just happen like this? Who knows? Who knows at this point? Yeah, no, I've been busy with college. I've been so fucking busy. But tomorrow is technically my day off, even though I'm probably not going to take it off. And then I got a giant fucking paper due on Monday, so ugh. That I haven't even started. Like, I've done a bunch of papers in the past, but they've been like small potatoes recently. This one is like big potatoes, like big, a whole mamma jamma, blah blah blah. So, yeah. And then I was working on stuff right before we started the stream. I was working on stuff for that group project that's been taking up all my time. We got it finished, we got it turned in. and now I gotta do some write up some stuff on it and check out some other people's projects. Which I did my own write up for like what my group did and like how I contributed. But I was working on the other stuff. Oh, we got daydreaming. I wonder, I've never gotten that one before. I'm surprised. Because we don't get that many new reactions anymore. They're very few and far between. So I do kind of wonder if that's one of the rare ones. Because most of the time whenever somebody runs up to us, it's usually to ask about clothing. Because, yeah, that's all they talk about nowadays. Because I don't think we're missing that many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, no, I think there are 8 rare reactions. And so if we're just missing 7, then I think daydreaming is one of the rare ones. Because I know love is one of the rare ones. I don't remember the other. But like each villager type has its own rare emotion. I don't remember all of them off the top of my head, but I maybe daydreaming is one of them. I know love is one of the other ones. I don't remember any of the others, but I know there are others. Oh wow, I'm amazed. I was honestly, it hasn't been this one rock in a while. So I was honestly expecting this one. Hey, look, there's Zucker. He's bug hunting. And he's a bad bug. You know, it'd actually be kind of neat if they could actually catch bugs. And like, I know, oh, well, what if the player wanted that bug? They're not very, like, it's very rare they catch bugs at all, so... Yeah. Hey, Zucker, my boy. Hey, thanks for saying hi. The sky today looks so clear and dry, I bet that means the sun and moon are happy. Actually, we're at half moon. Okay. Shit. So, if we're at half moon, that means because there is that whole full moon celebration thing. The, what was it called? The zucchini or something like that? So, like, we might, like, maybe do, like, a moon thing for some reason. Why not? I mean, we literally have nothing better to do because we're 170 days in. And even though we don't have a 5-star island, we have totally run out of things to do. I mean, admittedly, we did just start roses. But roses are a much more, not eloquent, but a much simpler process. Alright, there's coconuts. Now, I do have to remember to get those peaches on the left side of the island. Because last time we completely missed them. There's our money rock. Okay, good. Because I've done it, like, fast before, and sometimes you just miss the whole money rock. It has happened. I still have no place to put that. I should probably move that pterodactyl at some point. Hey, oh, Marina. It's actually been a while. Good evening to you. Isn't it nice out tonight? I'm glad you're for weather like this. That's a perfect air drying my laundry. Now, now, it's perfectly right here in Animal Crossing, but in real life, I mean, half of America is burning down right now. Like, a good portion of this country is. Basically everything, like... Oh, God. How do I even, like... basically all of, like, the entire western half, right? Like, the west coast, and the entire, like, a good portion of the southwest. I don't know if it goes, like, up into Wyoming, but I know it definitely goes to Colorado. I know there's some fires in Texas, New Mexico. I think there's some stuff in Utah. It's Arizona, so Arizona is always on fire, that hellscape of a city. I do not think highly of Arizona. But yeah, Nevada. Oh, Nevada's definitely on fire. A big chunk of this country's on fire. A lot of this country's got snow in it as well. Or, like, right, like the snow has come in. Yeah, just like a week ago, it was like 100 degrees. It was almost. I know in California, it was like 111. In Nevada, it was like 110 or something. It was maybe closer to 115. It's been bad, is what I'm trying to say. Like, it's been hot. But, like, Colorado got snow a few days ago, and here it was around 100. And today it dropped to, like, less than 50. So in just a single day, our temperature got cut in half, basically. Which is kind of crazy. Yeah, like, in just a few days, our temperature went from, like, almost 100 to now down to 50. I mean, personally, I'm not complaining. I'm not a hot... I don't like the hot weather. I'm much more of, like, a cold weather guy, personally. Like, oh god, there's nothing nicer than, like, going to, like, Colorado around, like, August, when it's just starting to get cold, but it's not, like, too cold, and you can, like, in the mornings, you, like, get up, and you've got, like, a big blanket, and you've got, like, a big, heavy blanket. Oh god, it's the nicest feeling. Of just, like, having that big blanket, but not actually, like, being, like, over-reliant on it. Does that make any sense? Oh, it's so nice. I've had some good... But, and then here, right, with it being, like, half the temperature now, it's so nice, because I've been complaining... Right, I bought a while ago, I got a weighted blanket, which I thought was like, oh, a weighted blanket, that's cool, right? Like, oh, right, because everyone I know talks about it. But mine isn't really that good. Like, it works fine, but it doesn't breathe as well as I would like, and as a result, it gets very hot. Like, it's a very hot blanket. Which sucks, because when it's 100 degrees out, it's terrible. It's just way too fucking hot. But now that it finally got colder, like, I went to sleep in it, and, oh god, it was so nice. Now that I'm no longer, like, sweating my ass off just sleeping under this, like, weighted blanket, oh god, I enjoy it. It's pretty good. It's pretty freaking good. Yeah, that's 4 fossils. That's everything we need. Yeah, of course, since I bought that weighted blanket, I was given a recommendation for a better one that actually does breathe. That's like a good, like, breathable blanket. But of course that costs money, and money I don't have. Because I've got a Mario game coming out in like a week. And then there's the whole PS5 debacle, which is going to take up a bunch of money. And I'm not getting an Xbox, but yeah. Nope, you're going to pass on them for now. I was going to pull up turnip prices. But yeah, speaking of Xbox, I mean, we'll talk about it once I finish up with this. We'll go sell all of our shit, and then we'll go do Fruit Island. There's been a lot of news. There's been a lot of news this past day. I mean, we talked yesterday about, right, Xbox, PlayStation, Switch, and, like, how much freaking news there was between the three companies, which there was a bunch. Ooh, look at that pattern. Ooh, I kind of like that. 74, okay. So there's still, like, a bunch of patterns it can be. It might go up tomorrow. I don't know. Again, my goal is, I'm aiming for, like, 120. If we get above, like, 120, then I'll definitely... If we get 120 at least, then I'll definitely put my... sell my turnips. If not, I don't know. I'll figure it out. Oh, oops. I hate when it does that to iron, when it puts the good iron at the top. Cool. I kind of want this. Like, I think that, like, this elaborate kimono stand, that doesn't look bad. I don't remember what those... Ooh, oh, fuck, that's expensive. Never mind. I forget that this left item is all, or this right item is always so expensive. Yeah, I forget what those balls are called. They've got a name, and they're supposed to, like, bring, like, good luck or whatever. Hey, Pokemon 3... Any tips? For what? Playing Animal Crossing, my biggest tip is always to get a turnip tracker. There's a turnipprofit.io. It makes your life so much easier, because turnips are your big way to make money. Diving's a good way to make money. Isabelle is a pain in the ass when it comes to getting a 5-star island. I mean, I'm 170 days in, and Isabelle refuses to give me a 5-star island, no matter what I do. I don't think Fruit Island is hurting my island evaluations, but I've also never thought about it before. Like, could Fruit Island be the reason, like, is that why, like, Isabelle's not giving me 5 stars? Because even though I personally think of the region as developed, maybe the game doesn't, because there's, like, a bunch of trees locked in one area, and I know Isabelle will definitely dock you points if you don't get, if you have, like, too many trees. Could Fruit Island be holding me back? I don't think it is. Like, I wouldn't think it would be, but... You never know with this masterpiece of a game. I don't get it. I don't get the 5-star evaluation. Yes, my island's not completely decorated, but still, it's still pretty. It's got a lot of stuff on it. So what did I want to talk? So I had a bunch of things I wanted to talk about. So yesterday we talked about the Xbox Series S being revealed, right? It was like kind of like shadow revealed. Because it leaked yesterday, and I talked yesterday about the conspiracy theory that, like, what if Xbox purposefully leaked their new Xbox system, the Xbox Series S? But I guess from what has been being said around, no, Xbox did not leak their system intentionally. They were just as caught off guard as we were, as, like, the public was when it leaked. If not more so. Do I believe that? Well, from the people who I've seen say it, yes. I trust those people more often than I don't. So, yeah, I do think this was an accidental thing. I mean, I didn't believe in the conspiracy theory in general. It was just, like, it's an interesting one to think about. But yeah, Xbox followed that up on this with information today, and they put out a tweet that was just like, Xbox Series S, $299. Xbox Series X, $499. Pre-order date, September 22nd. That's the tweet. And one swift little tweet, that's everything. Like, this whole console wars stalemate thing that's been going on with the start of the new generation, and with one, like, leakage, one covering up of that, like trying to like damage control that leak, and then one like actual tweet. Boom, right, Xbox has completely gotten out of their stalemate. The way they've handled this whole situation with the Xbox Series S leaking since then, in like the past day, has been really good. Like, they've handled the situation really well. And honestly, it's given them some cred, I guess. Like, I still don't trust them because, again, multi-billion-dollar companies. But like, they've handled the situation really well. They truly have. Give me a second. Oh. Yeah, they've definitely handled the situation better than they, like, didn't. But yeah, so we now know the prices of the Xbox. Again, I'm still not interested in the Xbox itself. Like, I'm just not part of the Xbox ecosystem. It's not my... Xbox has no first-party game. Like, yes, I am kind of interested in Halo Infinite. But that still isn't enough to, like, sell me on the system. Even though, I was really expecting the price of the Series X to be a full 600. Because I would have been... And, like, the Series S at 300 doesn't surprise me at all. Because I was kind of fully expecting it to be like, oh, you can get a Series S and a Switch for the same price as a Series X. And, like, you can... Technically, it's even less now. But that's very interesting. I'm still a Switch guy, but I do have the PlayStation, and I'm more interested, because, see, the problem is, like, there's a lot of third-party games I just don't give a shit about. Like, I don't play anything from Activision Blizzard. I refuse to buy an EA game. I refuse to buy a Ubisoft game. Okay, I will admit, there's one exception to the Ubisoft game thing that I hope, because I haven't read all the allegations, but I'm pretty sure he's not involved. And that's David Dead Soliani, who did Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle. If they made another Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle, or a Zelda Kingdom Battle, or anything along those lines, I'd buy that. But other than that, nope, I refuse to buy a game from Ubisoft, I refuse to buy a game from EA. I haven't bought a game from Activision Blizzard in a while, even though I am considering buying Tony Hawk Pro Skaters 1 and 2, the remake, because I really loved those games back in, like, my childhood. Those were, like, a big deal. Specifically the third and fourth ones. I don't think I've ever actually played the first two. But I loved the second and third ones. Hey, Pokeblaze, how you doing? How you doing on this fine night? But yeah, I haven't actually sworn off buying any Activision Blizzard games. Maybe I should. I don't know. Especially after how they fucked me over with Crash Bandicoot. Because goddamn, I really wanted to like Crash Team Racing, and the microtransactions just ruined that game. It was such a good game as well. And like, it's clear Toys for Bob Toys for Bob, Vicarious Visions, whichever studio did it, put a lot of effort into that game. Oh, I'm doing good. I just it's gotten colder here a lot. Like it was like almost 100 a few days ago, and now it's down to 50 something. So it's gotten a lot colder, a lot quicker here. And then I've been busy with classwork because I have stuff to do, but I'm doing fine. I mean, I'm doing as good as I can be given the situation. But yeah, speaking of Crash Bandicoot, we did actually get some new information on it. We got a new trailer that showed off Tana? I think her name is Tana. She's the, at the end of the first Crash Bandicoot, she's like the girlfriend. Who I don't think shows up in any of the other subsequent games other than like Crash Team Racing. She's like a weirdly humanoid Bandicoot that's supposed to be like Crash's girlfriend or something. It's weird. She's kind of weird, but and then right, she hasn't been in, I don't think she was in the second or third one, but she was in the first one, and she was in, like, the team racing. I think they retroactively, Vicarious Visions, when they remade the Crash games, retroactively added her into them. But now we got gameplay of her in this new one, and you get to actually play at her. And technically her design was revealed a while ago, but we now, like, see her in action. She looks great. Like, I know, like, based on the design, I know people are gonna bitch and moan about, like, oh, SJW design. No, sometimes, like, there's this idea that, like, oh, any character with dyed hair is just, like, appealing to the SJWs. Or any character who isn't a damsel in distress is just appealing to the SJW. Goddamn racist, sexist motherfuckers. No, you can just have a character with dyed hair. That's fine. And clearly she's taking more influence from, like, the cyberpunk aesthetic than anything else. Like, she's got, like, a cyberpunk grappling hook kind of thing, even though it's just a traditional grappling hook. But it's got, like, a weird, like, cyberclaw thing. I don't know. But her design reminds me more of cyberpunk than anything else. And I think it's a great fucking design. She looks great in it. I don't know. I'm super interested in the new Crash Bandicoot. I don't know if I'll actually play it. Because, again, $60, and I do have and I have to spend $60 on a Mario game that comes out next week. So, who knows? Oh, I'm not in space. Good terra firma. Oh, it's you. Were you the one who jabbed me awake? Thanks. Feels like my cage got rattled pretty bad. Must have bonked me old noggin as I fell overboard. Maybe this pain will fade if I keep talking. Well... So, as I'm saying, I fell off the side of my boat. My crew must be worried sick. I'll just call him using my handy-dandy communicator. My handy-dandy communicator is broken. This isn't handy or dandy. I need a few communicator parts. I'll have to wait for my crew. Yes, will you help me find my communicator parts? Sure. Yeah, Mario 3D All-Stars. I'm excited for 3D All-Stars, man. I just want to play 64 again. Yeah, could I totally, like, boot up an emulator or, like... the DS I think I have the DS version. I could totally boot those up, but no, and I still wish it was in 720p, or I mean in 16:9 aspect ratio. Like the fact that fans made 16:9 Mario 64 in like a day once they got the source code and Nintendo couldn't do it is still stupid. But I still want to play. I still want to play Mario 64, man. Want to play Mario 64? Then I got to start speedrunning it. Then I gotta start speedrunning it. But yeah, I'm super excited to play it. And then Sunshine I haven't played in a few years. And what's the other one? Oh, Galaxy I actually played last year, so I don't know. If it was Galaxy 1 and 2, maybe I'd do them both. But just with it just being the first Galaxy, I'm a little less interested. But that's just a personal thing, because again, I replayed Galaxy next year. It's the reason I haven't replayed Skyward Sword recently. Like, Skyward Sword, I'm suspecting that any day now, the Skyward Sword collection is going to get reannounced. And I'm like, yeah, okay, right, Skyward Sword HD, full 3D remake, blah, blah, blah. Right, that's going to happen any day now, and I'll be like, oh, hey, that was from Raymond. Ooh. Oh, that's neat. The fan base's most obsessed character. Oh god, in hindsight, like at the time it was sad. In hindsight, it's sad. It's still sad, but also kind of funny. Raymond's doing a good job playing Hamilton in the Animal Crossing production of Hamilton. That project's still going, and I'm so glad it is. I have every like few days when I see the next song, it's just so much fun. I've never played Super Mario 64 Sunshine. Because I've never had it because I wasn't born at those times, so I'm excited to play it. Yeah, 64 was before my time as well, but I had the 64 when it came out on Nintendo DS, when the DS launched. I had that, and that was a pretty interesting remake. And then Sunshine, I had a friend who had it. And so that's how I played it. And Sunshine, and then I've admittedly seen a few Let's Plays of Sunshine over the years. Like, instead of playing the game again, like, I've watched Sugar Conroy play it, I've watched the Game Grumps play it, I watched Venny Vinesauce play it. I still love Vinny Vine Sauce's playthrough. When he does, like, the pachinko thing and the leaf boat. God, that moment's still, like, because everybody struggles with it. And then he just does it, and, oh, God, it's still funny. Still funny to me. So I think we're looking for 5 communicator parts. But I'm not seeing anything on the beach, which is... This is why I never shell hunt on the left side of the beach. Because, like, nothing spawns here. Even though it's a much bigger area. Just nothing spawns here. Yeah. And then, of course, now, admittedly, so there's been all these rumors recently about Skyward Sword HD. And then we got this new Zelda game, which was announced. And now I do kind of wonder, are we still going to get Skyward Sword HD? Okay, so previously Nintendo has said that they want to put out a Zelda game every year. So the assumption was we'd get Skyward Sword HD this year, probably. Again, COVID kind of screws up everything, but we were going to get Skyward Sword HD this year. And then next year we'd get Breath of the Wild 2, or we would have gotten Breath of the Wild. There was a lot of people who were thinking we were going to get Breath of the Wild 2 this year, which I totally thought was in the cards until COVID happened. I really do think COVID kind of ruined everything for Breath of the Wild 2. Okay. I was hoping he'd tell me how many I was missing, but I guess not. I'd see it's usually 5, even though I've had it before. But yeah, so I don't know if I mean, we could theoretically get Skyward Sword HD in, like, March of next year, and then get Breath of the Wild 2 in, like, November. But I'm also totally expecting them in March next year. Assuming all this COVID crap is over, which I think it will be, I'm assuming we're going to get Mario Odyssey 2 announced in March of next year. Right? To end off their whole Mario 35th anniversary thing, they're going to unveil Mario Odyssey 2. And that'll come out in November. I'd put money on it. Because I hope next year is going to be a big year for Nintendo. I really do. But also next year is Zelda's 35th anniversary. So theoretically, we could get Skyward Sword HD and Breath of the Wild 2. Both are possible. Who knows? Do you like Pikmin? Yeah, I like Pikmin. I've played the first game once. Maybe I've played the first game twice. I've definitely played the second game once. And the second game, God, I hate how long it took to get the Wii U, to get the Wii version of the second game out here in North America. But the second one's good, and then the third one I've also played once or twice, and it's also pretty good. And I am probably going to buy Pikmin 3 Deluxe. I don't know, I already own it on Wii U, so part of me is like, I don't technically need to buy it again. But I also do but I'd also totally be willing to buy it again. But then we also got the start of the next generation of consoles, which I don't know what to do with. And then there's Nintendo releasing a Pro version of the Switch, which we'll get back to in a second. Let me talk to Gulliver real quick. But I do like me some Pikmin. Pikmin's a fun game. Oh, that's them. Those are definitely my communicator parts. Come here, you little troublemakers. Alright, the pieces are crammed back in here. Let's see if this thing can send a message. Ahoy, listen up. It's happening again. Here's my coordinates. That should do it. You're the best. Thank you for the help. I promise to return the favor. Be sure to check your mail in a few days. I'm going to send you something that'll knock your flippers off. Make sure you have some flippers on, okay? You know what I'm saying? Nothing to do now but pace back and forth for a few hours. You know who I'm disappointed isn't here today? Wisp. I haven't seen Wisp in at least a month. I would love to see Wisp again. Yeah, so actually, there's, because, right, I kind of want a PS5, and I've already started saving money. I have been to so many different islands, and there are so many amazing ones. And then there's just me with my, like, squares. Like, oh, here's my square garden. Here's my square fruit island. Okay, I don't need to water this part of the island. Here's my square fruit garden. Here's my square house, right? Everything I do is, like, in squares. And I know if I just stopped using squares, I'd have a much better island. But I can't stop using squares. I guess I'm a minimalist at the end of the day, but... God, people have some beautiful islands that I will never have. I don't get it. I don't get it. But yeah, so we talked about Xbox. I'm not gonna get an Xbox, but I have been saving up money for a PS4, just in case I get it. I don't know if I will. And again, the price point, like if the price point is $500, same as the Xbox, I don't know. Yours is not bad, my. Oh, you just started. Yeah, I mean, we all start somewheres. I don't know. Mine's just very simplistic. Like, there's nothing really going on. I don't know. And then, of course, I just started Blue Roses, so that's going to take a fortnight to get done. When I say a fortnight, I should say a score. It's going to be a long time until I have roses done. Blue Roses. I'm predicting 75% of the way through the series, aka day 269. We don't need those. Those are all growing. Those are all growing. Let's water the cosmos. It's been a while. But yeah, I don't know. I might get a PS4, 5, but there's also this talk about like a Nintendo Switch revision, that Nintendo's gonna make like a new model of Switch, right? A Switch Pro or whatever. And I would also very much want that. But if I get a PS5, I can't get a Switch Pro. Because probably all the money I've saved up for the PS5, I'd probably just use on the Switch Pro. Or vice versa. So I'm like stuck between a rock and a hard place right now of like, what do I want to do with this PS5? I mean, I'm waiting for, if the price points, I'm expecting the price point's definitely going to be around 500. Is it, whether it's up from 500 or below from 500, I don't know. Like, is the disc version whether the disc version is 500 or 550, I have no idea. And the discless version is 500 to 450. Both of those options are reasonably possible. Personally, because I'm probably going to get the disc version, because I definitely do believe in the used game market. Like, I've been able to get so many games, like, for much cheaper on disc. Like, yesterday I talked about getting Fire Emblem Warriors. I got that game for $10 because I bought a physical version. Go on the eShop, and that game's still a full $60. I don't need that, Clay. That game is still a full $60 on the eShop. I got it for like 10. And then, of course, now that they've announced the new Hyrule Warriors game, the resale market for the first game, if you like go back like 2 days, and you could have gotten Hyrule Warriors on Switch for $30. Now, I think it's back up to 60. Like, the resale market on that game, now that they've announced a new one, it's basically backed up to 60. So that sucks. That sucks, because I would have totally been down to buy Hyrule Warriors, because I've never played it. I've never played the original. I'm just not I don't think I'd be a fan of Musa games. But, I mean, Hyrule, admittedly, yes, we all have different tastes. So who knows? Maybe if I were to play it, I would actually like it. I didn't think I'd like massively multiplayer online game. I didn't think I'd like online games, but I genuinely enjoyed Splatoon. Admittedly, I've never hated shooters. I don't like modern Call of Duty, but I liked Call of Duty 4. I liked BioShock. I've liked some shooters. It's just I don't like the modern Call of Duty. When I liked PUBG, I was in no way surprised. I got the appeal of PUBG. Right? Like, that totally made sense to me. I got the appeal of Splatoon. I got the appeal of the other thing. Oh, it's Whitney's birthday. Oh, that's cool. God, if only by then we could get Audie into the game. If I could find Audie by Whitney's birthday, That would be so cool. It's not gonna happen. But, oh, I wish it would. I wish it would. I'm gonna try. So I know for a fact somebody can leave the village. So, like, the second somebody leaves, hopefully within the next week or two, I'm gonna go on a massive hunt for Audie again. Hopefully in this time it turns out better than it did last time. Because last time we found jack shit. I mean, we got Octavian back, and Octavian's cool, but I'm gonna do another massive hunt for Whitney. It just feels right, you know? Oops. Ah, it was too small anyways. Oh, I haven't prayed at the ancient fish deity in a while. Bless our fishing, I guess. How much bells? Oh, I mean, I can go put money in the bank to get you an exact number. Right now, I have 200,000 on me. About. In the bank, I have a lot more. Because I had a really good turnip harvest like 2 weeks ago. So, I'm doing good on bells at the moment. Especially because I still haven't paid off my house. I still haven't paid off my house. Any music? I have Sonata. Yep, I got all these posters. Who am I? I'm missing somebody. Okay, Carmen, Cherry, Nan, Octavian, Rolf, Tammy, Whitney, Yuka, Zucker. I'm missing Marina's. That's who I'm missing. I'm missing Marina. That's how much I have. And I still haven't paid off my house loan. I've been saving. I've been saving for what? Well, I do want that crown. At some point, I'm going to buy that crown. It was in the shop today, and I missed it. Watch. I mean, I'd never know, but... Patience. The wild scorpion is a terror of the villager. They are mortal enemies. While the scorpions have allied themselves with the tarantulas, the villager and the scorpion will never know peace. They must fight each other to the bitter ends. But the villager has one advantage. He has a bug net that can bring him domination over the scorpion. The question is, can he use it? And he does use it. And the villager has captured the scorpion. The scorpion's sting operation was an utter failure. And the villager will walk another day, to eventually be stung by another scorpion, or to face wrath at the hands of bees. Oh no, not the bees. The bees, they're everywheres. They're in my eyes. Oh my god. Alright. I'm still looking for turtles. Not softshell turtles, but turtles. Snapping turtles. So what else? So we talked about Tana. Oh yeah, so 4K Switch. Yeah, god, that's where I was at. So Nintendo last night, I guess there was a report put out. I don't remember who put it out. That Nintendo has increased Switch production by 20%. Their goal is to get 30 million Switches out within this physical year. And I think they'll do it. Again, Animal Crossing is the biggest game of the year. And when the Christmas rush comes around, tons of people are going to buy it. I totally think Nintendo's got it in the bag of getting Animal Crossing as the most sold game of the year. That's totally going to happen. That's totally going to happen. It's just a matter of time. just a matter of time. So yeah, I think they're smart to boost up to 30 million sales. I really like. Yes, we are in COVID, and a lot of people don't have that much disposable income. That's totally true. But I do think, right, the Switch is still a great option. I think tons of people are going to buy it this holiday season. Tons of people still want to play Animal Crossing. I mean, I would not be surprised if people start picking it up sooner than Christmas because of the holiday events. Right? Like, if people, like, oh, Nintendo puts out a thing in, like, at the end of this month, being like, hey, here's the Halloween event. Look at all these cool Halloween items. I know tons of people are probably going to get the game just for those Halloween items. Same thing with Christmas. People love some Christmas, man. People love Christmas. So I guarantee you, when they add the Christmas items in, people are going to buy the game for those. But yeah, so increasing Switch production, yep, that's going to happen. It makes sense. Nintendo's having a great physical year. It's probably one of the smarter moves they can make. Ah, that balloon goes to die. Yeah, we're not going to catch that. Yeah, it's just a logical move. It's just a logical move. But as part of this report, I guess Nintendo has also told Mario items in March. Yeah, God, that's so far away. I wonder why that's. I mean, it's because they're gonna come out on March 10th, which is Mario Day. But why not just put them out now? Like, I think it would be a much smarter idea to just have them out now. Get people. Oh, I made that fish run away. Get people who are interested in it now. Or even just other Nintendo items. Like, I'd love to see... Like, I'd love for them to bring back the Zelda villagers. Or the Splatoon villagers that were in the previous game. Those were so cool. But nope. Or even, like, make Mario and Peach a villager. Bring Mario back as a frog and Peach as a... cat? Question mark? I don't know. Because of Odyssey, I think of Mario as a frog now. Even though, yes, the catsuit thing also happens. Yeah, I can totally see Mario and Luigi as, like, frog. I don't know, people have made artwork of all of them. And same thing with, like, there's Mario versions of like, Animal Crossing, and there's Mario versions of, Splatoon. Which Splatoon also was a game that never... Like, Animal Crossing has always done crossovers with other Nintendo games, since the first one. But Splatoon... No, that's just not part of their brand. Which in some ways, I'm glad. Especially in the first game. Like, having no crossover really allowed Splatoon to have its own identity. Because originally, Miyamoto just wanted to make Splatoon with Mario characters. Like, I think that if you, like, look at the development of Splatoon, at one point, they were like, what if we just take this game and use Mario characters instead? Which just wouldn't have been that good. Are these... Oh, they're different. Oh, they're different boots than what I was wearing. But once Splatoon 2 came around, I kind of wish there was more Nintendo items. Like, I wish you could have gotten a Mario hat. Or, like, there was all these Zelda designs for, like, Zelda Inklings that looked so cool that just never happened. I mean, yes, they were all fan-made, but they looked really cool. Yeah, whatever. Whatever. But yeah, so as part of this, Nintendo's increasing production of the Switch, but they've also told third-party developers to start making to start getting their games ready for 4K. We talked previously about the rumor of the next generation Switch model, and how for it, Nintendo had been looking into 4K, right? That Nintendo had been looking into 4K for the next Switch model. Ooh, it's another King Salmon. Checkmate. And it looks like, right, here's another report saying that no, Nintendo has, yes, that's true. Nintendo has been looking into 4K, and they have started to tell their developing partners to start doing 4K stuff as well. Okay. Again, I don't know how you do that. Like, the Switch can't run, like, I don't even know, like, does the dock screen run at 1080 and then on TV run 4K, I don't even know how Nintendo would pull that off. Like, they can't even get freaking Mario 64 to run at 16 by 9. Or at least if they can, they didn't do it. But oh, we're expecting Nintendo to have 4K a 4K Switch ready next year. I mean, I can see them totally looking into it, but I don't think it's going to happen. The one exception, though, and I joked about this before, many moons ago, so probably back in, like, 2018, maybe 20, I don't remember, 2018, 2019, when the Switch Lite was revealed, right? Because at some point there was a rumor about there's going to be a Switch, like, a Switch Lite and a Switch Pro. And we got the Switch Lite, and now we're getting the Switch Pro. And I remember joking at the time that, like, what if... So the Switch Lite doesn't have a dock, right? The Switch Lite doesn't dock, which... Right, that's what happened. But what if the Switch Pro didn't handheld? What if the Switch Pro was just a box? It wasn't like a handheld... Like, it's basically like just like a Switch... Like, for people who... Because the Switch Lite is like, if you never use your Switch and TV, Switch Lite is great for you, because, right, it's cheaper, it doesn't come with a dock and whatnot. But what if someone never takes their Switch out of their dock? What if Nintendo just sold a Switch that doesn't switch? I mean, it seems counterintuitive, but this is Nintendo. They're entirely counterintuitive. I mean, look what they're doing with the Mario All-Stars collection of only selling it for 6 months. Fucking Nintendo, man. But I don't know, like, and I think, like, if they did a Switch that didn't switch, that was just, like, a box, I reasonably do think they could get away with, having 4K. But, other than that, I mean, yes, does that mean that you've got the normal Switch, the Switch that doesn't switch, and then the other Switch that doesn't switch, both in both directions? Yeah. But who knows? It's fucking Nintendo. They can do whatever they want. And I could see it being more expensive. Or I could see them doing a Switch that doesn't switch, and they'd be able to keep it at $300. Right? It wouldn't go up to Microsoft's... It'd be able to do 4K, and it'd go up to about $300. It'd basically be like the Series S. I don't know. I could see it. I don't think it's going to happen, obviously. I think the Switch is... Like, what makes the Switch amazing is that it can switch between console and handheld. But, I mean, the Switch Lite doesn't have that, so who knows? Who fucking knows? I mean, I would say Nintendo does, but Nintendo makes stupid shits, makes stupid fucking decisions, so who knows? Whatever. Okay, so let's see. Nintendo boosts sales, and Nintendo gets ready for 4K. So as part of the Xbox information we got, I should have talked about that then. Xbox Game Pass. So there's Xbox Game Pass, but then other companies have tried to make like their own Xbox Game Pass. The two I specifically think of are EA, which has their EA Play, which is basically like EA's version of Game Pass. I don't know, still fuck EA. And then Ubisoft has one called Ubisoft something. Ubisoft has their like Ubisoft Way or something like that. I don't remember what it's called. But it's basically Ubisoft's version of Game Pass. But Xbox has partnered with EA, so that way when you buy Xbox Game Pass, you also get EA Play. So any game that's on EA, like any EA game, is basically now guaranteed to come to Xbox, which is a big deal for people who play. Because I know like a lot of Xbox's market share, this back in the day, was people who played Madden and FIFA and whatnot. Those, like, big sports games. I've never given a shit about them. So if now those big sports games are part of Game Pass, that's going to be a big deal for some people. Because there are a lot... Like, there's this joke that, like, oh, people who don't play mobile games aren't real gamers. Which is fucking stupid. Like, I've seen, like, there's this whole thing about, like, 45% of gamers are actually female. But then, like, your incel... whatever's, your like incel pro-elite gamer assholes will come in and say, well, the only reason those statistics are right, you get those statistics, is if you count mobile games, because femoids only play mobile games. Fuck off with that bullshit. Fuck off with your gatekeeping ass bullshit. But there are a lot of gamers who just play Madden or FIFA. Probably more than play like anything else. Like, honestly, I would not be surprised if the amount of people who play just Madden, FIFA, or Call of Duty outnumber, like, people who play everything else. You know, it's kind of like that thing about how, like, if you just take California and Texas, that's like California, Texas, and New York, is it? That gets half of the United States population. So something crazy like that. Like, just like there's like 5 states make up 50% of the US population. Oh. But yeah, so that's coming to Game Pass. Again, I refuse to buy another EA game. I am interested in that new Star Wars game, but I'm not going to play it. I'm not going to buy it. Nah, fuck you. Fuck EA. I didn't buy Fallen Order, even though I was also kind of interested in that. Sometimes you just gotta take a stand. Even though it means nothing at the end of the day, because EA is still gonna make a bunch of money until the gaming industry collapses at their hands. Like, when the gaming industry collapses in a few years, it's 100% gonna be EA's fault. And Activision Blizzard's, and Ubisoft's, and every other company under the sun. Unionize. People need to unionize. Fucking Christ. But also with this gaming news, there's Assassin's Creed Valhalla, which was originally supposed to come out the 17th, has now moved their release date up a week. So Assassin's Creed Valhalla will now come out day and day with the new Xbox, the Series S and the Series X. I mean, yes, Xbox lost Halo, so they need something. And Assassin's Creed Valhalla makes sense. Personally, again, I haven't bought a Ubisoft game in a long time. I loved the second Assassin's Creed. Brotherhood was good. What I played of Revelations was decent. 3 sucked, but and 4 was good. But like Origins I heard was actually pretty good, but I never played it. Odyssey was ruined by microtransactions. I refuse to play Odyssey because of the microtransactions. And I refuse to play Valhalla because it's probably also going to have microtransactions. Because Ubisoft is a greedy fucking company. Like his most AAA game industry. Like his most AAA companies. They're greedy sacks of shit. Yeah, whatever. That was probably what I'm looking for. But yeah, so now Assassin's Creed comes out November 10th. Whoa, who fucking cares? Series X price point confirmed. And then this news broke about like 30 minutes before I started streaming. No More Heroes 3, right? A lot of people have been talking about like, oh, what big Nintendo, right? What big games Nintendo has coming out this year. And the two like ones that people keep going back to are Bravely Default and No More Heroes 3. Well, as of right now, No More Heroes 3 has just been delayed until 2021. It makes sense. I mean, the only gameplay we have seen of No More Heroes 3 has been in the Devolver Digital Showcase, which was real. I mean, I think there was one other point of like off camera gameplay. Like, we've not gotten nothing direct of it from the game so far. I don't know. I really, as part of this delay, I really do hope that those rumored ports of No More Heroes 1 and 2 are happening. Because I've never played No More Heroes 1 or 2, but I do kind of want to. So if those rumors of the ports are true, I would totally play No More Heroes 1 or 2 on port. Like, if they did like a collection for, it's probably going to be 60, but I kind of wish it was 40. If it was 40, I'd buy it in a heartbeat. If it's 60, I definitely would consider it. And then we get No More Heroes 3. But yeah, No More Heroes 3 has been delayed. Okay, that makes sense. I'm also expecting Bravely Default to have been delayed. We haven't seen anything from that game since, the Game Awards. So that wouldn't surprise me at all. Because, someone, I should find it real quick. Maybe, let me catch this fish real quick. I do want to show this off. I mean, we've been going for a while now, but I do want to show this off. Saddle Bircher. Oh, okay. That's pretty random. But, I mean, I'll take it. So I'm pulling up Twitter over here on the sidelines. I saw this chart last night that I found really interesting. Okay, I didn't save it here. I saved it somewheres. Oh god, I just saw something that I was about to start that like I could totally start another rant about, but I'm not going to. I stream every day. Every day for 369 days of Animal Crossing. So yeah, I'll totally be here tomorrow. So Android Nina 256 made some graphics comparing each year of the Switch's lifespan thus far for fun. Gonna continue with what we know in 2021 and beyond, but I'm tired. So they made this chart, and now a lot of people will say that, hey, the Switch's first year was like amazing, right? Like the Switch had an amazing first year, but then every subsequent year has kind of like sucked. And you know, they're not wrong. But honestly, looking at this chart gives me a little bit of perspective. Maybe the Switch's first year wasn't as bad as maybe the Switch's years 2 and 3 haven't been that bad. Maybe 2020 hasn't been that bad. Because yes, we got Breath of the Wild, which was huge. We got Mario Deluxe. Great. Still don't own it. ARMS was fun. Splatoon 2 was great. Mario plus Rabbids was cool. Never played it. Fire Emblem Warriors I've owned, but I've never played. Mario Odyssey 2 was amazing, and Xenoblade 2 was great. We got some great, like, eShop exclusives. Like, there's stuff that's not even on here. Like, Golf Story came out in the first year of the Switch's lifespan, and that's, like, that's the greatest golf game of all time. We got some DLC. There's tons of stuff that's not even on this chart. But I think this is just, like, first-party stuff. But there was tons of great stuff in the Switch's lifespan. Then we go to year 2, which is where people say where the Switch kind of fell off. And definitely, like, let's see, in the first year we had only 2 ports. That's not too bad, actually. Only 2 ports, a few sequels and whatnot, but only 2 ports. That's not too bad. And then we get in here, we got 4 ports. That's a lot of ports. But right, we got Bayonetta, we got Kirby, we got Labo, which, yeah, okay, but Labo's kind of its weird own thing. We got Tropical Freeze, one of the greatest platformers of all time, Hyrule Warriors, which I do kind of want to play now, Mario Tennis, which got boring to me after a while, never bought it, just played the demos, Captain Toad Treasure Tracker, which I had on Wii U, which was great, Super Mario Party, which was the closest Mario Party's been to being good, like, in the past decade. Because Mario Party has not been good this decade. Like, the last good Mario Party game was probably 8, or DS, whichever one came out first. Pikachu and Eevee and Smash Ultimate. Just looking at it like this, plus the Octo expansion, plus Torna, plus Mario plus Rabbids. Like, looking at this, you know, 2018 wasn't too bad. There's a lot of stuff, like, yeah, did it have a Breath of the Wild or a Mario Odyssey? No. Well, okay, they had Smash Bros., which is actually pretty big. But did they have 2 of those? No. But a lot of stuff here is really good. And, like, that's not, like, Torna was, like, basically a game in and of itself. The Octo expansion is amazing. Yeah, let's not talk about this stuff. But yeah, this stuff right here, no, that's all pretty decent, actually. That's pretty good looking at Nintendo's lineup. Then there was last year, port, you know, we're not counting that. Yeah, just one big solid port. And we got a bunch of stuff here, like... Yeah, okay, Mario Deluxe, I don't care. I don't give a shit about. Yoshi's Crafting World was not as good as Woolly World. Labo stuff was cool. You know, okay, so Mario Kart Party 9 and 10. Mario Party 9, for the kart thing was different. And when I played it with friends, we didn't really have a problem with it. When I was playing it with friends, I was like, oh, the kart thing's fine. Right? Like, I think it could have been worse, but I thought it was fine. But they shouldn't have brought it back for 10. 10, the Bowser Party thing in 10 was an amazing idea. Probably ND Cube's best idea they've ever had since working on Mario Party, but the kart thing ruined it, and they just made Bowser a little too OP. It was such a good idea that they just ruined. And also ND Cube just, right, because of the kart thing, ND Cube's just not good at designing boards. I mean, yes, Super Mario Party was better, But Mario Party 10 was just garbage. But 9, I'm willing to give more of a benefit of a doubt. They wanted to try something new, and while we can talk about how well it worked, I'm willing to give them more of the benefit of the doubt. We had Labo, which I think this was Labo VR. Mario Maker 2 was great. Three Houses was amazing from what I've heard. Never played it. Same thing with Astral Chain. Never played it. Link's Awakening I had fun with. Ring Fit Adventure is its own thing. Kind of like, well, right, kind of falls into the Labo space. Luigi's Mansion 3 was good. And Pokemon Sword and Shield was very controversial, but I still enjoyed it. Tetris 99. For some reason, I remember Tetris 99 coming out in 2018. Bye Bye Box Girl and Box Boy I 100%ed. Cadence of Hyrule I heard was good, really, really good. Never played the Stretchers, and I forgot this existed but it just had its 1 year anniversary last year. They did some Captain Toad Treasure Tracker stuff, which was whatever. But then we got the Smash Bros. Past. Again, there's some bad stuff in here. I'm looking at you too, and you. But there's a lot of good stuff in here as well. Labo VR was an interesting experiment. Ring Fit Adventure was an interesting experiment that is like sold out everywhere. Like it was super big. But Mario Maker 2 was good. Fire Emblem was good. Luigi's Mansion was good. We got a Pokemon game. We got a Zelda game. There's a lot of good shit in here. Again, a lot of people will say like, "Oh, Nintendo did so good in 2017, but 2018 and 2019 were garbage. I was really hoping 2020 was going to be good, but then COVID ruined everything." But I disagree. Yes. Okay. Well, yes. Okay. So we had a Zelda and a Mario Odyssey, two massive games, plus a bunch of other good shit in here. Then we had a Smash Bros. And a bunch of other good shit in here. And this year, we don't really have... There is no Smash Bros. I mean, I'd argue the closest you get is Pokemon. But even still, Pokemon was surrounded with controversy. So, I mean, it still sold super well. I think it's, the third best-selling Pokemon game of all time? But no, looking at this in retrospect, these are not bad years. Like, honestly, there's a lot of good... I think we hold Nintendo to too high of a standard. These all look like good years. Yes, could there have been more? Because there was a period where Nintendo was running both a console and a handheld division at the same time, and was kind of getting, like, almost double the output of this, with the same amount, with, like, even more good games. Yeah, could we totally be doing better? Maybe. But I still, like, looking at this in perspective, and this is just the major releases. These are the major first-party releases. There's so much other shit that just isn't even in here. There's so many other things that I played that, like, aren't, like, I don't even, like, does this even have Starlink in it? Starlink isn't, like, Starlink was whatever, but, like, I would totally have put that under, somewheres in here. Even though, again, it sold like garbage. There's a ton of other shit in here. Sushi Strikers isn't in here as well. There's another one I just noticed. There's a ton of other shit that, like, didn't even make it on these lists. And then we get to this year, Fire Emblem, Tokyo Mirage Sessions, Mystery Dungeons, Animal Crossing, Xenoblade, Clubhouse, Origami King, All-Stars, this Mario Kart thing, which, again, is our weird little experimental thing. Pikmin, Hyrule Warriors. You got all these, like, weird downloadable games. You got some DLCs, like the Pokemon DLC. Okay, Luigi's Mansion, let's not talk about this one. I know nothing about this one. Isle of Armor was pretty decent. I enjoyed it. I did a review of it back in the day. And then we've got Byleth and Midman, who I really enjoy Byleth. Yeah, no, honestly, yes, did Nintendo's 35th anniversary of Mario completely fall apart because of COVID? Has Nintendo been severely crippled by COVID? Both of those answers are yes. But looking at this, looking at what Nintendo's done with their game release schedule, this isn't bad. Honestly, like, Animal Crossing is still the biggest game of the year. We had two great RPGs, whatever the hell we would count Mystery Dungeons as, whatever the hell we count Origami King as. There's a lot of RPGs this year. We got a remakes of 3 of the greatest Marios, we got a new Pikmin, and we got a Zelda thing. Which I know we talked yesterday about, like, the caliber of, like, is Hyrule Warriors in the same vein as, like, a Breath of the Wild 2 or whatever. I'd say no, but it's still, I think people are giving Musa games too much of a disservice. Like, Hyrule, there's a reason this is up here in major releases, and not down here with like Good Job or this Pokemon Cafe mix. No, those are different things. Right? Like, this is a big, major release. And it deserves it. Like, this doesn't even talk about Goose Game's not even on here, which I one for one associate with Switch. Right? Like, I know it's on PS4 and Xbox. It's a Switch game in my heart. But no, Nintendo's had yes, would their year have been better without COVID? Probably. But does that mean 2021 is going to be amazing? Hopefully. Because again, I'm predicting a new Zelda Breath of the Wild 2 will probably come out next year, unless it hits some snag. I'm predicting Mario Odyssey 2 will be announced next year. So have a nice day. Oh, well, thanks for stopping by, Mush. Make sure to watch the VOD, because you just missed a 20-minute rant. Oh, God. But no, I think... But in, like, I was talking about, like, those big smash hit games. I'd argue this is a big... Animal Crossing is our big smash hit game. And we've got this, which I know, right, we can argue about how big of a smash hit game that is. Yeah. Yeah. But, so that's my whole thing about Mario's anniversary... wrong one. That's my whole thing about Mario's anniversary. Or the whole looking back at the years of Nintendo. And in perspective, no, we've definitely given Nintendo too much shit. Like, yes, could we have had better years? Totally. But were those years not bad? Yeah, no. Those were pretty solid years. And of course, the second we get back, I get hit by a mosquito. Oh god, my throat hurts. I have a lot to say on Nintendo. But yeah, no, in perspective, in hindsight, 2018 and 2019, while not as amazing as 2017, were not that bad. This isn't me, like, I've literally spent the past, 3 weeks just shitting on Nintendo nonstop. This isn't me doing, corporate apologism or whatever. No, legitimately, just looking at Nintendo's games, they've released so many good games on Switch. A lot of remakes, yes. And they're, especially in, 2019 and 2019, I'm kind of sick of the remakes, or of the re-releases. Yeah. Yeah, if you go down below on the stream, there's, an about section, and, the about sections. I have links to my main YouTube channel, which talks about stuff completely different than this, so I wouldn't even worry about that. I mean, we're doing Legend of Korra right now. I've got a archive channel where we're day 174, so all the previous 173 days are archived. So that's all there. So if you want, you can go back to the very beginning and watch it all. Over 170 hours of content. Of course, except for day 166, because I cannot for the life... Twitch refuses to let me archive day 166. I'm trying still, but Twitch refuses to let me archive it. And then I've also got links to my Twitter and to the Discord, because we have a Discord, which you can come on and chat in. Yeah. I don't know. The Discord's new. It was set up last week. Yeah, no, I'm a Steven Universe guy. I reviewed the show for... I did it for a living for a short while. Yeah. Yeah, and currently we're doing Korra, and I did Avatar The Last Airbender real quick, and now we're working our way through Korra, which is... And I'm doing it in Animal Crossing because clearly Animal Crossing has encompassed my entire life for the past, few weeks. So, of course, I'm doing it in Animal Crossing. So, we didn't find a turtle tonight. I really did look for one. Yes, I know I got sidetracked in the past, 15 minutes. But I did look for one. Oh, God. And then, God, the YouTube... I've got 10 days. God damn. Once I get that paper done... that's taking up all my time right now. But once I get that paper done... the 10-year anniversary, I'm just going full force into it. Oh, look! Hey, remember that joke I made a few weeks ago about how if we find a turtle, the stream ends? Well... No, I'm joking. Okay, we found a turtle. Would I like to find more? Yes. But you know what? There's always more. There's always time tomorrow. So this puts us at what? 6 turtles? 6 turtles and 1 sea turtle. That's not too bad. I do want more, and I do need to start getting some stuff for these turtles. Like, I need to start setting up what I'm going to set up. But other than that, I think that, right, we've got some turtles and whatnot. Oh, well, thanks. Yeah, because we broke 100 followers on Twitch again. That happened. Yeah, we're up to 102. Yeah. As always, I'm super thankful, man. Like, I just did this as like a project. Like, I talked in like the first like week about how like, oh, I watched somebody do this on YouTube way back in the day, and had so much fun with it. And I was like, you know, I want to do that for myself. I want to do an Animal Crossing 365. And yeah, it's gone pretty well. I don't even want to talk to Zucker. He's clearly thinking about something. He's probably going to ask to move away. Fuck it, let's go talk to Zucker. No way, man. Zucker, I love it. Love you, Zucker. Love you, Zucker, my boy. Still need to get the lights working on the crab rave. Like, I want lights. But other than that, I still like the idea of the crab rave. Look, it's even, like, did you see it do, like, a little bop? Oh, it's Crab Raven! Oh! I love the Crab Rave stuff. Okay, you do nothing because you're boring. You do nothing because you're boring. And you guys are super cool. I still love how cool that looks. Oh god, I have a stupid amount of fun with this Crab Rave. And then this guy does nothing, which is sad. But yeah, that's Crab Rave. Oh look, and Marina's here as well. All enjoying the Crab Rave. But yeah, I think that's where we're gonna end off for today. We'll be back tomorrow. I don't know what time. Tomorrow is technically my day off, so I do not know what time. I don't really technically have any projects to work on. I mean, yes, I do want to. Because I'm still trying to get 5 stars within the next 10 days. It's not gonna happen, but I'm still gonna try to do it. So maybe I'll start a project or something at some point. I don't know. I'll figure it out. But other than that, no, maybe we'll start working on that. Maybe we'll clear out some forest tomorrow, and we'll start working on that. Because I know exactly where I want to put my next thing. You have school every day. Yeah, my days off are Thursdays. My days off from college are Thursdays and Sundays. Even though I'm probably going to have to work tomorrow. Tomorrow night, I have a big paper due. I have a big paper due on Monday, but because it's a big paper, I should probably. I also have other things to do for that class, so I'll probably procrastinate the paper until like Saturday and Sunday. But I probably should do all the other stuff for the class tomorrow. So that's probably what's gonna happen. That's probably what's gonna happen, is that I'll do all the other stuff for the class tomorrow and Friday. But yeah, usually I try to figure out when I'm gonna stream the next day, today, like the day of. But I don't have any plans at the moment. Like because again, we've mostly done everything. I do want to keep maybe depends on when I wake up, because I was super tired today, so I took a nap today after I finished up with a colleague for today, and so I'm probably not gonna get to sleep until like 4 a.m. But if I wake up early enough, I would definitely love to do like an 11:30 for turn-ups, but that's not going to happen, so I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I need to go get some more water. I ran out. Tonight was an interesting night. I talked about a lot of different things, and we also did not find a single turtle, which was disappointing. But yeah, I think that's where we're going to end off for the night. Oh god, I also need to... screw Fall Guys. I do need to finish off the season, though. we're getting close to the end of the season. I think it's like 30 days. And I'm technically not level 40 yet. So I really do need to finish up Fall Guys. Like, I do need to get that level 40. At least before the season ends, just because I'm so close to it. But yeah, I've even, like, I was usually playing it, like, every day. But now that I can't win anymore, I haven't played it in, like... I played it yesterday, but, like, the day before that, I didn't play it. I got so close to winning yesterday. I got to the top of Fall Mountain. The guy in front of me missed the jump for the crown. I went and jumped out. PS4. I went and made the jump for the crown, but I hit the jump button, and he didn't jump, and I just walked off the edge. I was so close to a win yesterday. It was heartbreaking. Oh, it was heartbreaking. But I haven't won in like 2 weeks. So, I'm cursed. I'm utterly cursed. But yeah, that's where we're going to end off for the night. I hope you all enjoyed. Stay tuned for more. Until next time, peace.